Hey everybody, T-Rizz here, and today I'm gonna spend some time talking about my first impressions of the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses. So I unboxed these about a week ago, and I've been playing with them since, and I can honestly say that I love these things. These are fantastic. Of course they're not your AR, VR future tech, but there's quite a bit of things here that I really liked, and I figured during my midday work break, I'd go for a walk and talk to you about it. So why don't we just go for a little walk? It's a little windy and I'm in the woods actually because there's a lot of construction going on. So figure I'd spare all of you the trouble of all that noise. So as you can see, I'm wearing the glasses now. Typical Ray-Ban aesthetic. Again, these are the headliners. So, and with the green lenses. So it's the shiny black, green lenses, polarized. So I think it's worth talking about how much, in terms actually not how much, but rather in terms of being sunglasses, they're spot on. They're perfect. There's, as you can see, sunny day. I'm staring right into the sun, and maybe not directly into the sun, but enough where the polarization of the lenses is definitely kicking in. So again, from a sunglasses perspective, they do what they're supposed to do. With that said, as I mentioned in the unboxing, it was a little bit heavier. But I can honestly say after wearing these things for a little bit that I don't really experience any severe headache or weight on my head from wearing these things. Again, I'm not wearing the transition. I don't have the transition lenses, so it's quite possible that that could change. My opinion could change if I simply was wearing these all day through work, commuting, what have you. So with that said, but in terms of the basic functions, it's a really great device. It allows me to control my music. In fact, actually just using the right tempo here, I can hit pause, just tap once, tap twice. You can configure all these within the Meta View app, which is actually how you control these things and how Meta AI is actually able to do a lot of the things it's going to do. And we'll talk about that in a moment. But in terms of the multimedia features, really nice, really nice. It's really easy. You can actually just slide your tempo to raise the volume, slide it down the tempo to lower it. It doesn't get much easier than that, honestly. And I've actually found that I don't miss the earbuds. I don't. Since the iPod days, I've been rocking those things, and I don't miss them. I really don't. It's kind of nice not to have anything in my ear, to be quite frank. Especially after 20 plus years of only Apple in-ear AirPods, or headphones for that matter, which are, don't get me wrong, I have my pair, but it's nice to have a change of pace a little bit in that 25 year time. In terms of the camera and video camera, so I'm not going to get into the technicals so much. It caps at 60 seconds for the video. Video is pretty good. I did upload a short kind of demonstrating what that video looks like in high colors and, with some wind and how it kind of flickered a little bit there. Photos look good, very social media shareable. So I'm not really the biggest social media folk in the world. So, but for folks that really do share and, or maybe creators and stuff like that, I think that there's a lot going on there that I think people will appreciate. It cannot film horizontally or in widescreen. That is a big thing that a lot of people aren't happy with. So if you're kind of expecting that, I would definitely keep that in mind. But really, honestly, for me, the real sale of these things, or the real takeaway, is not so much the camera and the video. It's more about the Meta AI. I got to tell you, that is impressive. I know it's not the most advanced AI tool out in the world right now, but for an example, I was going through. I usually go for walks during my work day just to kind of break it up, and so a RAV4, a Toyota RAV4 drove by, and I said to myself, well, what are those going for these days? And I genuinely have not read up on the RAV4 in a while. So I said, hey, Meta. Actually, I think it just triggered. But I said, how much is a 2024 RAV4 going for these days. And it takes a second. It's definitely not an immediate response. It's definitely thinks for a minute. Probably communicating between the app and then the app pinging home base and all that fun stuff, but it doesn't take long. Regardless, I asked that simple question and it started spitting me off facts of the different models and the price points. I mean, that's just gold. That's gold. Like, you can have all this information accessible to you. So, as you're going about your day, going for your walks or, walking the dog, what have you, those random kind of shower thoughts, if you will, yeah, you can entertain those now. I mean, you can get real answers and not kind of task rabbit stuff like Siri and Alexa. So in some ways, I would even say that the limitation of these glasses almost comes down to one's imagination in terms of interacting with Meta AI. But I gotta tell you, I'm very impressed. And, traditionally more of an Apple guy, but I really like this approach. I think, while it's definitely not Minority Report and AR, we're certainly not there yet. This is a lot more approachable for the masses. In fact, I think the transition lenses will probably go a long way. Those are really sold out right now, so I was kind of hoping to get those myself, but I decided I was just itching to try the tech a little sooner. So, but I could see these changing the game. I really can. You have the transition ones, you're in an office, you're listening to music, you can ask questions via Meta AI, get things done that way. But again, for my own use case, taking it back to how I've tested these this past week, again, going for walks, entertaining my thoughts, getting my questions answered right on the go, right as I see them. So I think I'll take some more time to maybe do like a how-to video. But, some other tips and things that I did learn. I'm sorry, I'm going to try to cover you all from the wind. So Meta AI is only available in the US right now. I was reading that there's a workaround. So apparently if you are connected to a VPN based or a server based in the United States, you can kind of walk around that. I think you would have to again, I'm not sure, but if I were to guess, you would have to connect to some kind of VPN on your phone. And by proxy, the Meta View app would connect to that VPN or that server based in the United States of America. So there's something to keep in mind there, that it's definitely not something for everyone right now, unfortunately. I definitely think it's in their best interest to get this out. The more people using it, the smarter these things get. So I think I'm sure they're doing that. But it is something I did want to share with you to keep in mind that that these aren't available for everyone. So for any viewers outside the US, just hang tight for the Meta AI, all right? Another little how-to. So believe it or not, you can actually interact with Siri on these things. So obviously the native Hey Siri that are commonly used on iPhones themselves, Apple products, but even more specifically on a mobility sense is the AirPods. So with that said, so if you have it configured on your iPhone, specifically, so, Hey Siri requests are your iPhone gets triggered. So by proxy, I mean, this is just almost like headphones. So, in that case, Siri will just connect to the headphones via Bluetooth, almost like they would be regular headphones. And yeah, then you can start using Siri to, hey, remind me to do this, or, remind me to do this, or what's the weather for tomorrow. All those little, tasks that we've gotten used to with Siri, still applicable here. Again, not directly, via support, but just through the iOS base iPhone OS, you can get that done. So, sorry folks, looks like I got cut off there a bit, so I'm gonna switch you out of the sun. So again, in summary, I really like these things. Again, they are sunglasses and they serve that purpose well. I really think there's a lot of fun to be had here, and I think there's a lot of potential. So, in short, I think if you're considering buying these, and particularly if you're in the US and want to try the Meta AI, I think that's the real sale here. It's not so much the camera or the video, it's really the Meta AI and being able to really speak to and ask questions. And, you can even ask it to recite a poem for you. I mean, It's incredible. So it's really up to our own imagination as consumers to take advantage of these things. So, yeah, and in terms of my thoughts, I'm all about it. I think these things are great, and I definitely would highly recommend them. As I alluded, maybe I'll open up and make another video, kind of more of a how-to. But in the meantime, these are my thoughts. So, well done, Meta. Well done. Alrighty, folks. That's it.